Jack Taylor hat in der Division 3 der Ncaa einen Uraltrekord geknackt. Im Match seines Grinnel College gegen Faith Baptiste Bible erzielte der 22-Jährige 138 Punkte. Wir haben die Black Mamba höchstpersönlich befragt, was sie davon hält.
The college kid scored 138 points tonight, took over 100 shots.
Wow, no kidding. From where?
Grinnel College in Iowa.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. That's crazy, man. I don't care what level you're at. It's going 138 points. It's pretty insane. How many threes did you shoot?
27 of 71.
Hey. How many points did they score as a team?
179.
What?
No one is starting with double teams.
That's incredible.
He shot it.
You're not looking at 71. Pretty happy.
Really?
He actually shot under 50%. I think it was 52 for 108.
That's amazing. He must have been wearing the Mambas, man. That's only Mambas that have no conscience to shoot the ball.
Jack Taylor of Grinnell College played his first game last night since breaking the all-time record for points in a game. But some fans are asking, was that a history-making moment or just a stunt? Terrell Bryan is here with the story. Terrell, good morning.
Charlie, good morning to you. It was no accident that Jack Taylor scored 138 points in a single game. The strategy behind that feat was all planned out by the coach. So as Taylor took to the court last night, fans packed the gym to see if that strategy would work again.
What if I told you a college basketball player scored 138 points in a game Tuesday? Is that something you'd be interested in? Yeah. Meet Jack Taylor. He jacked up 108 shots, made 52 of them, shot 71 threes. I'm not making this up. This is a college game, made 27 of them. Plays for Grinnell College in Grinnell, Iowa. They're playing against Faith Baptist. They're from Ncaa, Iowa. Listen, they got their Dan Tony system. The coach expects the ball to be shot within 12 seconds of the possession. They rotate 3 teams of 5 players into the game every 30 seconds. I mean, how do you do that mathematically and still get 108 shots? I don't know. Well, if you don't believe me, you don't know Jack.
Kobe Bryant is the reason I fell in love with the game of basketball. In 4th grade, my teacher would let me write Kobe on the top of my papers instead of my real name. That's how much I wanted to be like him. In 5th grade, my first email account was LakersKobeBryant@hotmail.com. In 6th grade, my bedroom walls, they were absolutely covered with pictures of Kobe. In 7th grade, I would ask my mom to wake me up in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning so that I could go work on my game, because I wanted to work hard, just like Kobe Bryant did.
There you go.
I even loved Kobe so much that when I got braces, I colored them purple and gold for the Lakers. Those were some ugly braces. At Black River Falls High School, I wore number 24 because of Kobe. And even when I would get interviewed, I would mention my admiration for Kobe.
He's the ultimate gym rat, spending hours and hours in the gym, shooting and perfecting his basketball skills.
My favorite player is Kobe Bryant, and so whenever I see them make one of their patented moves to, get a shot off, I kind of study the footwork and go in the gym and just try to, master it as best I can, and sometimes it takes, an hour or two.
As my childhood hero, I was absolutely amazed when he gave me props back in 2012 for my big game at Grinnell College.
A college kid scored 138 points tonight, took over 100 shots.
Wow, no kidding. From where?
Grinnell College in Iowa.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. That's crazy, man. I don't care what level you're at. It's going 138 points. It's pretty insane. How many threes did you shoot?
27 of 71.
Oh. How many points did they score as a team?
179.
What?
No one is starting with double teams.
That's
He
incredible.
shot it.
You're not looking at 71. You think you'd be pretty happy.
Really?
With 71, yeah.
He actually shot under 50%. I think it was 52 for 108.
That's amazing. He must have been wearing the Mambas, man. That's only Mambas that have no conscience to shoot the ball.
And then, back in 2018, my Aunt Darla, who's an award-winning producer, met Kobe at the Oscars. My aunt won an Oscar for producing the animated film Coco, while Kobe won an Oscar for making the film Dear Basketball. And at one of the Oscar parties, my aunt actually met Kobe and told him that she had a nephew who was a huge Kobe Bryant fan, and he took time out of his busy day to send me this video.
Dad, I gotta tell you, dude,
138 points, I should be calling you and asking you permission to use the name Kobe. That is absolutely insane, my man. Much love.
As you might imagine, that was just unbelievable. Kobe continued to show me love and inspire me, and that made a big impact on my life. When the ball stopped bouncing for me and I had to step away from the game, I was done playing in college, that was really tough. I really didn't know who I was outside of being a basketball player. I missed the game of basketball so much, but I hated the feeling of missing the game, so I completely stepped away. I didn't play it, I didn't coach it, I didn't even watch it. And I spent the next few years of my life just kind of lost, trying to figure out my life after the game of basketball. And if I'm 100% honest, I'm still just trying to do my best, just trying to figure out life after the game of basketball. And I think that's typical for a lot of athletes. It can be difficult for a lot of us to move on from athletics. It can be easy for us to rest on what we once accomplished. And Kobe, he certainly could have rested on what he accomplished, but he didn't. He continued to push himself after basketball. That inspired me. And when I looked at Kobe in retirement, he genuinely looked happy. And that gave me permission to be happy. Because if Kobe could realize that life is bigger than the game of basketball, then maybe I could too. So Kobe gave me permission to be happy, even without a basketball in my hand. In 2018, when both my aunt and Kobe won Oscars, that inspired me too. My aunt's film Coco, that inspired people to celebrate other cultures. And Kobe's film, Dear Basketball, that inspired young athletes to be passionate about the game. So I thought to myself, maybe I can make videos that can make an impact on people's lives too. So that same year, in 2018, I quit my 9-to-5 job and I started my own video production company called Taylor Media. And I'm doing my best to make an impact on my community here in Wisconsin. And when Kobe retired too, he showed the world what it was like to be a father who loved his family. But it looked like Kobe put his family first, and that inspired me to try to put my family first too. And when I became a dad to my daughter Abigail back in 2016, I wanted to be a good dad.
Teammates were
like
able to
Kobe.
pick me up and keep feeding me the ball. And so it was just.
And even though Abigail's only 3 years old, we've actually made some pretty cool memories together.
Yeah,
we both went to a daddy-daughter dance together.
But it's a lot easier when you have teammates.
She was the first guest on my local podcast.
What's your favorite movie?
I like Baby Shark.
If you miss a couple in
You
a
like
row,
Baby
they tell you
Shark?
to keep shooting.
Yeah.
Do you want to sing it?
That just gives you a ton of confidence.
Baby Shark.
And now we enjoy driving in our Jeep, exploring the outdoors of Wisconsin together.
Tonight, my teammates were just screening for me and looking for me, and they really made it possible for me to continue to shoot at a high clip because I was able to keep my energy up. Yeah, it's
and because Kobe coached his daughters, I want to become the coach of my daughter
I can only give
we've
the glory
got some
to God.
serious work
He's
to
just
do.
given me the opportunity and given me the gifts that I have, and I just pray that I can remain humble and continue to work as a player.
Abigail, can you show me your Mamba mentality?
Total team effort. Anybody that says otherwise doesn't know anything about.
So as you might imagine, dealing with the death of Kobe, it was kind of tough. He's a big part of who I was as a basketball player and who I am today as the owner of a video production company and as a family man. So in light of all this, I wanted to make a video that would help me move on from being sad to just appreciating him and the value that he's added to my life. So I never played in the NBA, and I'll never win an Oscar, but I hope I can continue to be like Kobe by being passionate about my family and passionate about my career. And even when I'm feeling lost in life because I don't have a basketball in my hands anymore, I hope I can still be like Kobe and use that Mamba mentality in every aspect of my life. If I could tell Kobe anything right now, I'd say thank you. It's been a really tough goodbye for all of us who admired me. You not only inspired me to pick up a basketball, but you inspired me to put it down, to pursue new goals, and to pursue family first.
Hi there, I'm here with Jack Taylor. He is a Grinnell College junior and a member of the men's basketball team, and this week was named the Midwest Conference Performer of the Week. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Were you surprised at such an honor? It's your second time this year, by the way.
Right. I actually was a little bit surprised. I think just playing in this system and my expectations as a player,
Between my sophomore and junior
my expectations are pretty
I
high.
really worked over the summer and played.
I had averaged 24 or 25 last week, which is below my average. So I was a little surprised, but with the zone defenses people are throwing at our way, I've been able to adjust my game, be a little bit more of a facilitator, and put a little bit more effort on the defensive end. And so I think that helped me out.
We're coming off 3 consecutive road wins, which in this conference, anytime you can pick up a road win, it's crucial.
No way you're going to stop him.
I think what I've really noticed with our team, and I think this is a testament to you and the team, is we've really picked up where we left off last year. It seemed like we lost a significant amount of seniors from last year. Are you surprised how well the young players have been able to pick things up and really, like I said, we've not missed a beat?
Yeah, I think so. I think the young players are really starting to come along. At the beginning of the season, a lot of the times, late in the game, we had to condense our rotation, condense it to where there weren't a lot of young players playing because they weren't ready, they weren't experienced enough. And now we're getting in late game situations and close game situations, and they're on the floor and they're contributing. And so I think we have 3 or 4 freshmen who are really stepping up big, and it's been good.
Mentioning the road wins, talk about how crucial those were, getting these 3 in a row.
Yeah, I think Coach A said this might have been the first time in a long time that we've had 3 straight road games and that we were able to come out of that 3-0. And so that was big for us. We're second in the conference right now. And hopefully we can continue to win games and let everybody else beat up on each other for those last 2 spots. And so we're sitting in a good position right now because we've been able to sustain our winning on the road.
Of course, anybody watching this knows that you made international headlines a little over a year ago with a 138-point game NCAA record probably for all of basketball at any level. Up until that point, you had started your career here your sophomore year with 2 games, I think even in your own words, were probably a little shaky. How did your life change between November 19th, 2012 and 24 hours later, November 20th, 2012?
Yeah, it was kind of like a dream, really. It was life hasn't really been the same since. And just afterward, just going through the fun of all the interviews and all the attention, but at the same time trying to remain humble, which has been difficult. But as a Christian, I put my faith in God, and that's really been my foundation in staying humble. And so I think I've changed, but at the same time, I'm still the same guy.
So of the dozens and dozens and dozens of interviews you've done, can you name a couple that really stand out as far as how fun they were or anything of that nature, enjoyable?
Yeah, I think Jimmy Kimmel was probably the funnest. A lot of the other interviews are kind of the same standard basketball questions that I got pretty good at answering after a while. But Jimmy Kimmel kind of threw some crazy questions at me, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes, I remember the last thing his people had mentioned to us was, this is going to be fun, in an email, and I'm sure, like you, I was thinking, what's this going to be? But that was a great interview. Speaking of, you had mentioned your faith. That's one thing that had come out in some of your earlier interviews, and people started picking up on that. I know there were some Christian radio stations, talk shows that interviewed you, and then after that came some speaking engagements. How many of those have you done, and where have you all gone, and what have you talked about?
Yeah, I've probably been to a dozen churches or youth groups. Even this summer I went to a few youth camps to really just share my faith as a Christian. And it's been a blast. That's been one of the highlights of this whole experience, is being able to reach out to the youth and kind of share my testimony and what God has done in my life. And so it's been really, really fun to try to point others to Jesus through this whole experience and through the platform that God has given me.
Absolutely. Of course, this 138-point performance a year ago also offered some perks. You got to go to the State House, had a representative, U.S. Representative Bruce Braley visit here. But I think, I would suspect maybe the thing that stands out most is throwing out the first pitch at a Brewers game. Tell me a little bit about that as far as how that all worked out.
Yeah, that was fun too. And I had never played baseball my whole life. And so I was a little bit nervous. But I'd grown up throwing rocks at my sisters and stuff. And so I was kind of nervous. But fortunately enough, I was able to keep it out of the dirt and throw a strike. I think it was a near strike.
Yep. You hit the outside corner.
Yeah, but it was fun talking to the Brewers players. I mean, they told me that they saw what I had done and that they thought it was amazing. And so it was just kind of cool seeing these professional athletes who were some of the best baseball players in the world come up to me and say, "Hey, I know who you are. What you did was great." It was a good feeling.
Did you practice a lot before that? I mean, I know you did in the parking lot prior to.
Yeah, I didn't practice a whole lot, but my fiance's dad used to play baseball, and she pointed me to him, and he kind of taught me a cool wind-up to do and stuff like that.
What? What team allows a guy to score 138 points? What type of coach? I mean, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. 138 points? You're going to let a guy 5'10" score 138 points? Really? Come on. I just find this hard to believe. But, congrats to Jack Taylor. I mean, obviously he was having a good shooting night. Obviously he's a very quick player. But what's going on with the other team, man? I would love to play against this team. And I'm 40. I'd love to play against this team in a pickup game. 138 points. You're going to allow a guy to shoot that many?